there are some parent stock farms, but still there are a lot of empty stables for both the egg production and the broiler production. So we're focusing on the parent stock sector, the hatcheries, and how to increase their productivity. The local chickens and the local eggs are still important in Ethiopia. So we do have the commercial, the consumption, the brown eggs, but still the local eggs are there, of course, and they are more expensive. They're much smaller, and they're really important during the holidays or the holidays, celebrating with Christmas and Easter. So that makes it quite difficult, especially during these days. The farmers do sell everything, the layer chicks, even the parent stock is sold with Easter, and they have to start again. So that's also some pictures about the activities we did, the market research, the trainings. This is training on, I think it's on, check. This is a hatchery specialist. It's about the incubation period and what happens with the embryo. This is together with the Ethiopian Institute of Agricultural Research. They do have their own hatcheries. They requested us to work together on a program on parent stock and hatchery owners to increase the productivity and all the management factors around the parent stock. This is our partner from the Practical Training Institute. In most of these farmers or the managers of the farm, they were participants in the training. They're not used to do the work themselves. So this was the first time I think they are in the stable and working on this. This is the beaking machine, and we worked on the beaking of the chickens and all the management factors in layers and varieties. This is a training for veterinarians organized by the Animal Health Service together with MSD, Intervet. The university came to us and they discussed about, is it possible to work together on an education program for veterinarians. Most poultry veterinarians they explained to me, they almost never saw a chicken in their whole study period. They work, everything is in theory, 6 years, they know everything. All the systems with practical knowledge is missing. So we organized some, I think around 5 days of training for veterinarians in the laboratory and in the post-mortem research. And for now, we're discussing with the government to develop a program in the National Laboratory of Addis Ababa, the program of education of these veterinarians. So, as I told you before, the MOU was quite important for us, especially to get also the Minister of Agriculture is really important to help us with the program, and we can work together on their corporate program. It was quite unclear the last years, but last month they told us we're working together and in demonstration in the education system in the veterinarian health service. So a lot of activities can be organized. So I'm looking forward to hear from you about the Nigerian sector and how we can.
I think we're one story which made a big impression on me. That was from the chicken genetics from Hendricks. You know, we all boast about our cars. That the car is using 1 liter of petrol and it may drive 20 miles. But here was the chicken, the new breed, with 2.3 kilogram feed. It produced 1 kilogram eggs, while about 6-7 years ago it was 4 kilogram feed for 1 kilogram eggs. So there you can see the enormous development in the chicken genetics. So in terms of how can you get productivity up in the supply chain, this is enormous. Also the impact in Ethiopia, we're starting the poultry. Also the chicken feed came on, so now a chicken feed factory, it's already there, or it is being built. So it resulted in agricultural activity, maize growing and others, just because the poultry chain started. So you can imagine you go from agriculture, improving the varieties of maize, again to boost productivity. You go to the chicken breed, you go to the slaughterhouse, the egg machines, so you get a whole chain of activities. And that is, I think, in the Netherlands, when you talk about dairy, you talk about poultry. In all those sectors, a lot of research, but also plant and machinery was developed here. So that's why when we think, what can we do and where can we partner with the countries in Africa and produce high-level proteins, and those two subjects are prime activities. The industry here is in fact waiting also for your interest, and then indeed partner, and Bob and his team are extremely active in that. So I worked myself many years in Africa for Heineken, but having seen that supply chain growing, I can see exactly the same what can happen in the poultry and in the dairy. So I hope that you queue up later on, and that's what we want.
Right. Yes. I think it all depends on their goals and objectives. The market in Nigeria is so large. And currently, I want to let you know the largest poultry farmer in West Africa is in Nigeria. There's a former President Obasanjo in Ogun State. That is the largest poultry farmer in West Africa. And I want to believe in the northern part of the country, almost every household has a small poultry. And we have the oldest poultry research institute in West Africa, in Nigeria. So what we would do, I think, as a chamber role in this perspective, is to now approach the institutes of Garo State, and see what are they lacking, or how can we synergize to develop a program. We cannot be here, and we cannot be here, and then go back home with this information and sleep over it to be unfair for us. But we will take this one as a challenge. When we go back, we now lay hand to see. We can reach the former president himself and ask him an idea, how can we bring in this area? We may even talk more of what our expectation will be. So I think as the embassy here, and we are coming here at the highest level of the chairman, national chairman, and indeed our dear manufacturing sector are here, the national president is here. And I think we'll go back and then see how we can reach you back through the embassy and then strategize on how we can build a relationship with this area of poultry. Because there is one bag, this quail, is it quail bags? Quail bags. What do you call it? Quail. Quail. It's now taking over chicken in Nigeria because of the protein and the commercial benefits. It's more because what do you call it? 1 kg of that bag is 5 times that of ordinary chicken. And the size is so small, and the egg, one egg, is so medicinal that people are rushing into it. So this egg is something that we know. We have a lot of history, places where you can today poultry and so on and so forth in Nigeria. So I think we will look into that and then go up and come back to see how
I think Nigeria's loss has been Kenya, Uganda, and Ethiopia. Because when you mentioned in cattle, you said about 50 farmers having 200. I know of a single farmer in Nigeria who has 1,000 cattle.
I have 250 in my farm.
I milk 87. And the remaining, I feed them small ones and then I
So the same thing in poultry. I think it has been where you have gone, that is Kenya, Uganda, Ethiopia. That is why maybe it is strange to you. Like the president said, I am of the opinion that it will be better for you people to come to Nigeria, see what we have there, then from there we can move forward. Because if we come here and whatever you are telling us, if we don't see what we have in Nigeria, we will not be moving forward.
Let me add. I guess there is a lot of work to be done. The parents talk, like he said, is very important because it's cutting cost by half. And that is what we need. And I don't believe we have that in the just mentioned. It's a parents talk back home. So, and the coordination, if we do something as cooperative, we can develop together. Most of the milk, like they said, we have to beg the manufacturers to take the milk at high price to include the local content. So when we have large production, we can develop our own factories, and the chain will continue. So I still believe you come over, we arrange meetings, we talk, we see what is physically there, then we see how to move forward.
And maybe I can actually, it's good to react, I think maybe, because I heard that Chief Yamadou also told us already in advance that he has a lot of interested companies that want to move deeper into poultry.
What happened here is, I mean, this talk is exploratory. Because basically when you talk about there are two activities. You have the breeding, and then you have the commercial section. The breeding you're talking about, which is the old chicks, before you talk about the meat and of course the egg. There is no doubt that dairy in this country is very well developed. What I found a bit confusing is that rather than tell us what you do here, you're talking about what you are doing in Uganda and in Ethiopia, where the examples you are getting, in a number of cases, they are very much below what we do in Nigeria. The sugar farm, the farmers there, the Zimbabwe farmers who are there, each of them have an average of about 300 to 350 cattle, and there are about 4 of them. And they're thinking of building up to about 500. And when you talk about the largest farm in Ethiopia, is about 200, 300, I mean, it's...
Maybe can I just to clarify, because we are, the reason why we show what our program looks like is that on average there's still a huge productivity gain to be made in Nigeria. Of course we can all name one example. And obviously in Kenya there are farms with 1,000 milk cows. There's some Dutch companies are working